But are we ready for the next comic? So please put your hands together and woo just like you did for Ms. Pixie.
I won't come up on stage until you say it right.
Yes!
Gothic Pixie.
What an insult. I thought I was going to show up late. I'm one of those idiots that thought this thing was going to start at 8. I don't know, I saw that written somewhere. I don't know where that idea came from. So I messaged him and I said, hey, can you sign me up as Gothic Pixie? And I check on the list and I see there, Gothic Pixie. And I'm like, I'm on the list. And he has the audacity to come up here and go, Pixie! We're not friends, don't give me nicknames. I'm going on stage for like the first time in like 2 months maybe. School has been killing me. And I came here a while ago. I know it wasn't last week, and I promised that I'd come up next week, and I didn't. I'm not sorry. And I show up, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's like at midnight, COVID shit starts punching us in the face again. My favorite people's gonna be there. None of my favorite people are here. What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, but like, if you are disappointed with me at any point during this evening, just know that I'm so much more disappointed with the crowd. It's terrible. So, considering it's my first time up here, I'm gonna give the place a little review. I do kind of like how small the stage is, but also not, because I feel like I'm gonna fall off any minute, because I walk around a lot. And usually I can do that, but I can't really do that here, which is kind of a bummer. I do like the fact that I have a door, for some reason, right here. And if at any point I get too awkward or I just don't like you, then I can just leave. And that's a really reassuring thought. I have a hate-love relationship with the fact that everything's so colorful here, and I feel so monochrome. Usually I feel like fashionable, but now I just feel old-fashioned. Kind of like it, kind of hate it. Yeah. So, yeah. Speaking of old, I don't like feeling old. I'm 19, I should never be feeling old. And something I like about not this place in particular, just any stand-up place I go to, is that I never have to feel old. Because I look at you people and I'm like, and I think I'm wasting my life. Yikes. We were speaking, I guess to mention like old people, like grandma or something. I got really scared for my grandma. My mother told me the other day that she was trying to like clean the windows in the kitchen and she stepped on the sink. Like she was on the counter and she stepped on the sink and my heart sank and I was like, oh my god, is she okay? And my mom was like, yeah, she's fine, but now I'm gonna have to change the fucking sink because she broke it. She's 92. I thought that like stepping on a sink would kill her. Like without falling or anything, she just steps on it and just that's just the end of that. Yeah. If there's anybody who's immortal around me, it's that lady. Yeah, now I gotta check my hand again. Ooh, I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise for you. Ooh. I got a book.
Oh, that's a pamphlet.
It's not a pamphlet. Shut up. I'm in graphic design, and I made this baby myself.
Woo!
Yeah. And I find it really insulting, like most graphic design nerds. I don't know if I can call myself that. I'm still a student, but you know, After making this thing, my ego is up with God if he exists. My ego is more real than him. I promise that. Yeah. And people say, like, you can't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge a book by its cover. That's literally what we're here for. I did not spend 2 weeks on this thing for you to look at it and be like, well, you'll never know. No! What did I spend 6 months learning? No, that's insulting, but at the same time, it gives, it comes with an advantage, because people will expect a certain thing, and then you can be like, look at this cover, bam, it's not what you think it is. I don't know why I squatted, I surprised myself. Yeah, sometimes people are like books. I think that's how the saying goes. It's not actually supposed to be about books. It's supposed to be about like people. They're not always what they seem. I don't know why they need to damage the reputation of books for that. And it can be true. People can be like shy or sharp, but then they're nice, or maybe they can be really nice and then they're toxic as shit, and you end up in their car dead. Like someone said. I think that was Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that reassurance. And sometimes you end up with a book that leaves you so confused, and you're like, well, maybe. And then you start reading it, and you're like, okay, so this was written by a dyslexic person who clearly had too much of an ego to go to some grammar app or ask a friend for help, so you can't read half of it. And then when you do manage to read it, you decipher it, you realize that the whole book is just an identity crisis of what the book should be. That's kind of like me. You find me here up on the shelf that is a stage, and I'm all like, wow, look at me, I'm making you all laugh. And then I'm just a walking identity crisis. Can't call myself a comedian, can't call myself a graphic designer, but I still do. Yeah, please stop. Okay, that's great. You might be wondering, if the book is so terrible, why would I buy it? And here I am to read the back of my book. That's why I have it. Because I didn't get to show it enough, show it off enough in class, or to my family, or to all my friends. So I'm just going to show it off to you too. I'm trying to hide the front of it.
Why?
It's a spoiler. Come on. This book is a book. Whether or not the information or writing in this book is any good, I cannot say. However, I can say for a fact that, quote unquote, this book is a book. Dan Huckabush, 2nd of December, 2021. The purpose of this book is to inform others on the subject of the book. Through examples or quotes, this book aims to teach about the information in which the title of the book suggests, which is why I've hidden it. The idea of the contents of this book came to me when presented with a challenge of designing a book about something I'm passionate about. I thought to myself, what is something I'm passionate about? Little identity crisis there, wink wink. Something I'm so passionate about that I would willingly and consensually spend my waking hours on completing and perfecting. Something may be a little bit forced on me as a result of the task assigned by my mentor, but nevertheless something I should be eager to share with others. And then it came to me, the topic of the book. It should be the very content found in this book. I can't tell you how many people wanted to slap me after that one. Which is why, and the only reason why, I'm a little bit thankful for, what's it called? When you don't show up to school, but instead they make you sit on Zoom. They're all like, oh, and I'm like, can't touch me. Long distance, loving this thing. And it's gone. Ooh, book is gone. It's all in your imagination. It never existed. Yeah, I don't think my hand says anything else. My hand says Yes.